When you create a field in Tana, the default option is a plain field type. Each field has its own type of input for the end user. For the plain field type, it's anything alphanumeric that you can type from the keyboard. If we go into the guts of the plain field, there's a few things that I want to point out. First, maybe you've noticed this golden question mark that's appearing here. That's there because I marked it as required. If I toggle that off, the golden question mark disappears. If you hover over it, you notice it says this field should have a value filled in. If you type anything in there, it disappears. So that's what that means if you have this toggled on. I'll turn that off for now. One thing that I wanted to do a little deeper dive on is this right here. This option to auto initialize based on a value from an ancestor with the same field is something that exists for every field type and can be very handy to use, although it probably sounds a little bit confusing when you first read it. Let's step through a toy example here. So I have a meeting tag that I use in my system. Let's say I have a super special meeting that I'm attending. Hashtag meeting. Now, if I dive into that, one thing that you notice is there's a speaker field. Let's say this meeting was with Johnny Ive, okay? Maybe he said something profound in this meeting, and I want to capture it for posterity as a quote, okay? Now, when I open this up, you'll notice that there's a speaker field and it already has Johnny Ive recorded there. So at some point in the future, when I'm looking through quotes and I'm not aware of the context and I don't want to go searching for things, I already see that Johnny Ive said something profound. And that is the value of having this auto initialization to a value from an ancestor with this field. This speaker field is the same field as this speaker field. And this node, this pink node, is an ancestor of this orange node. This quote is a child of this meeting, in other words, and they share the same field. And since speaker is set to auto initialize to a value from an ancestor with the same field, then once I created a quote within this meeting, these two were going to be joined together. If I put in Johnny Ive here, it was going to be filled in automatically here, which can really streamline note-taking and other aspects of tracking things within your own systems. If you have a question about this video, or you'd like to request a future video, drop a comment below. This video is part of a playlist called Tana Bits, so check out the other videos there. And subscribe and hit the notification bell to get updates on any future content.